The 49ers Foundation held an auction to support their efforts in the community, and special donors Margot and Roya Ostadan are taking part in a special one-on-one interview with 49ers tackle Mike McGlinchey. Ladies, I'm going to toss it over to you.
Thank you very much.
So for our first question, we have, so my sister and I are 2 of 5 kids in our family. I know you grew up with a lot of siblings and cousins. What was your favorite part of growing up as a big family, and what was the hardest part?
So the hardest part was always trying to find a quiet spot to do homework. But the best part was always having somebody around to be able to hang out with and compete with and grow up with. Me and my brothers and my cousins, we all grew up about 2 minutes apart. And then in the summer times, we got to live together at our family's house in the Jersey Shore. So it's been, they've been my best friends since I was, born. And I'm very thankful to have the family that they have. We come in numbers. We're big, we're loud, we're crazy. And it's a lot of fun to be able to have people in your corner like that to count on.
Yeah, especially in this quarantine for us. I think having so many siblings has definitely been really, really helpful.
For sure. I've spent a lot of time on FaceTime because my family's all on the East Coast. So I spent a lot of times passing the time by FaceTiming everybody back east.
Right. I think having a big family can be tough sometimes, but I think the best part of it kind of outweighs some of it.
For sure.
Well, when did you decide you wanted to play football? Did you ever want to pursue a different career?
The only other career that ever I crossed my mind was if I was going to choose football or basketball. I never thought I was ever going to do anything other than play sports. I started playing football probably when I was 5 years old, and same time I played basketball once competitively. Once I got old enough to start in the township leagues, that was kind of it. I knew I always wanted to play football. I was always better at football, so I knew it was probably going to be my best bet. And I fell in love with football since I really started playing in high school, and all the team stuff and the camaraderie that comes with it. And it's given me everything that I have. So it's been a cool relationship with the game of football for sure.
Yeah, what is your favorite part of being a football player?
My favorite part about being a football player is probably my teammates, because I think as much as sports are cool and there's other team sports out there, but there's no team sport quite like football. And I think that football has the most life lessons to learn by how you play it and the way that you have to prepare for it. And it throws you the most curveballs of any other sport out there, I think. And it's one of the hardest things to do is be consistently good at football. And I think that the challenges that it provides, the teammates and the relationships that I've built because of the game of football are probably the 2 biggest reasons why I love it.
Yeah, I'm not a big sports player myself, but sometimes we'll go down to my family will go down to a park and we'll be playing games together, like football or soccer. And I think one of the best parts is, being able to have a bond with people, especially over sports and stuff. I think sports has really brought a bunch of people together and created a lot of friendships.
For sure. All my best friends are all teammates of mine. So it's pretty cool.
So I know one of the causes you support is autism awareness. Where did you get the inspiration for your Autism Speaks cleats design?
So actually, my little brother Jimmy, I'm the oldest of 6, and Jimmy is number 5 in line, and he was diagnosed with autism when he was about 2.5 years old. And when he was diagnosed, it was kind of one of those things that my family really wanted to respond to and help out in the best way that we could. And football has given me a platform, and it's something that we've always done is look out for those that are in special needs and stuff like that. But autism just has a special place in our heart because of my brother Jimmy, and football has given me a platform to give back and help and make, put smiles on kids' faces that necessarily don't always get the attention that they deserve.
The 49ers have a lot of very special things about them. What is your favorite part of being a 49er?
The favorite part, there's so many. I get cool teammates like Jimmy G and George Kittle. I play for probably one of the 2 or 3 most historic franchises in the game of football. And I think our uniforms are probably the coolest in football too. So I got like a trifecta of cool stuff there. And we're also really good. So it helps.
Yeah, I think I know at least I think our family have a wide collection of different uniforms. You know, we have black. I think my sister's wearing a pink one. We have red, actually white. So
It's awesome. I have my helmet here. I'll show you. I got one of my helmets up here. Here we go.
Yeah, I think we have a helmet back here somewhere too that's been signed.
Uniform.
Now, Mike, is that your actual helmet, or is that just an extra one you guys have lying around?
No, this one actually was the helmet and the face mask that I wore for rookie mini camp, because it's the face mask that I wore in college. I wear a newer version of this helmet now, and it has a little bit new face mask that the guys in the equipment room hooked me up with. So Gilby takes care of my helmets all the time, and he does a great job. And he let me keep this one from rookie mini camp since I don't use it anymore.
Okay, how often do you need to get like a new helmet? Like,
I'm not sure what the rules are, and thankfully it's not my job to keep track of how many times I need to change a helmet. But like I said, our equipment guys are the best in the business. They have Jeff Gilbert and Jay Brunetti and Doc and Rob and all those guys. They're the best in the business, and Gilby is responsible for the helmets, and he knows all the rules, all the stipulations, and I think you have to get them refurbished, you know, especially if you use it all year. You got to get it at least inspected once a year.
yeah, we've been really lucky to be able to do some of the other 49ers experiences, and one of them was like a play for a day experience where we got to go to the stadium and go all around. And we went to the equipment room, and I remember you walked in. I don't even know why really, but you walked in and you were so nice. And like, that's one of the reasons we were really excited for this, was because we remember meeting you and took a picture.
Thank you.
So nice.
Yeah, thanks. But isn't the equipment room's like a cool like football gear candy land? It's like
yeah, with
cool
giant
stuff.
with the giant shells and everything.
Makes you feel like such an insider having all the cool gear.
Now that Mr. Staley has retired, who's going to be your karaoke buddy?
I think Joe still can be my karaoke buddy. If anything, he can be more of my karaoke buddy because he doesn't have to focus on football anymore. You know what I mean? So I'll have to make sure that he stays close by. I don't know. George is a good time outside of football. Trent Taylor has fun outside of football. I'm trying to think of a couple other. Robbie Gold he can sing a little oldies every now and again. You know, you catch him every once in a while singing some tunes. So it's all good. We actually make the rookies sing a song in front of the whole team every time as part of their introductions to the team.
I think
I had to do one my rookie year, and then everybody has to do one every year with the new crop of rookies. There's not as many rookies as there normally is this year because we have so many guys returning. So they're going to be pressured because there's not as many of them this year, this training camp. It's going to be fun to watch.
Mike, do you remember what song you had to sing your rookie?
Yeah, it's my go-to karaoke song. If anybody ever asks me, Mr. Brightside by the Killers. It's an unbelievable song. Yeah, everybody knows it. Everybody loves it, and it's a lot of fun to sing.
If you could play any other position besides tackle, what position would you play and why?
Probably quarterback. Who doesn't want to be the quarterback, right? I've always my whole family was a bunch of quarterbacks, and they played football, and then I always wanted to be a quarterback, but I just kept growing too big, so my hand got put in the dirt instead of under center. So no, I would have liked to be the quarterback. You want to be the guy in command of everything, the guy that calls the shots, the guys that makes the throw, you know. But luckily, it's not my job to do that. We got a better one than I would be, and I can just keep him standing upright, and I'll just get in his way to make some plays for him.
I mean, it's part of being a team, maybe not all the time you can
Offensive line's fun. Offensive line's fun. You get to hit people every play. You get to, do a lot of stuff, but you're not quite as cool as the quarterback, unfortunately.
Who are some of your biggest role models, would you say?
Biggest role models?
Yeah.
So my mom and dad, I think everybody, just like everybody else, my parents, I think they're the best in the world, and they've done a lot and they've sacrificed everything, and they're great examples of how to raise a family and how to live life. But my football hero was always my older cousin Matt. My older cousin Matt Ryan, he plays for the Falcons. And ever since I was a little kid, I always looked up to him, and that's part of the reason why I always wanted to be a quarterback.
So our mom really wants one of us to go to Notre Dame. What were your favorite things about Notre Dame?
That's the coolest thing your mom could ever say to you. I'll tell you that right now. No, I love Notre Dame. I don't know if you can tell, those are 2 Notre Dame jerseys hanging on my walls. I got the helmets all on that wall there. Notre Dame's the best place in the world. I love it to death. And it's got the best football program in the country. We do things the right way. School comes first. Don't get me wrong, it's cold there, but it is really, really cool to go to school there. It's so much fun. Game day.
Okay.
There's no campus in the country like Notre Dame.
Okay, well, I think that's probably convinced my mom. I guess my older brother's going to Notre Dame now. What are some of your interests outside of football? Like, do you have any hobbies, or what do you like to do?
Yeah, I have a bunch. I like to get home to Philly as much as possible, to see my family and hang out with my family and friends back at home. Go to the beach down in the Jersey Shore like we did when we were growing up. But if I'm doing anything all the time, I try to play golf as much as I humanly can. I love playing golf.
Yeah, our grandparents are big golfers. We live near a golf course, so we haven't really used it much, but it's a fun sport. I remember most of my memories I've had with my grandparents are on the golf course when I was younger, and yeah, I think it's a lot of fun. And we also live in, California, so we get to go to the beach sometimes, and
Absolutely.
they're slowly reopening, so you can walk around. We're going to be driving down there maybe a little bit more.
Awesome. And I hope so. I hope I can get to the beach soon. This is the time of the year that you're supposed to be going to the beach.
So for our final question, what advice do you have for kids like us?
So kids like you, so cool kids. I guess I have the only advice I always give to my little brother. How old are you guys? My youngest brother's 13.
Oh, I'm 12. I'm turning
12.
We're right at the same age. The only thing that I always say, and it's hard today because I feel like an old man, but I'm only 25. But I feel like there was a generational shift, like 2 or 3 years, right after me. And there's something that I even feel out of touch with sometimes. But the one thing I always say to young people is always find a way to commit to something, and go all out. And my brother, you guys go through a social media age where there's critics everywhere you turn. It doesn't matter who it is, whether they know you, what you've gone through. No matter what, anybody can send you a critique by the click of a button. And I think it prevents people from trying as hard or going as hard or being passionate about one certain thing. And I think that anybody that's passionate about what they do and can truly commit to something, and that's when they find the happiness that comes with going throughout life. And once you find that thing that you love to do, go for it with everything that you got, and that there's no dream that's too big, and always visualize yourself being where you want to be, and things will fall into place for you. And with all that, you have to be a good person too. You can't forget that along the way.
Yeah, that's definitely a really, really important part, especially now that we have all of really advanced technology. I think that is really good advice that a lot of people can.
Yeah, now during quarantine, I feel like everybody would be on the internet. So
yeah.
Thank you very, very much.
Anytime. Thanks for having me. It was fun.
Yeah, we really, really, really appreciate this. especially getting to know you better. And we cannot wait for the season to start so that
Me
we
either. Hopefully
you on.
close to on time as possible.
Yeah, thank you. Stay safe and go Niners.
Go Niners. Thanks, guys. You too.